my local women's group to help out with banner making. And although I'm not set up, but I've not really been running my CIC, I thought I'd go and help them out. So local women group, and we created some great banners for Reclaim the Night. I wasn't going to do the march. I've come down just to see everyone, and I'm really surprised because I actually feel quite uncomfortable. I actually looked at a video. I'll put the link of the video on the channel, but it was the original, like the history of Reclaim the Night and why it matters, and following the murders of women, and the police specifically telling women in the 1970s not to leave their house. And I thought it was quite important to know. And then it just seems that there's not as many people here at this march. I remember this march being massive. It was probably one of the first marches I went to. I feel uncomfortable because I feel like I can't say that I feel uncomfortable, because I don't want it to be like I'm hating on people, and I'm not hating on people at all. The fact that women are reclaiming the night because they don't want to be in fear anymore, they're fearful just to say I don't agree with that chant. I don't think, as much as they've tried to be inclusive, and they clearly are towards the trans community, which is fine, I think in terms of inclusivity, there's something really, it just doesn't seem right to me. But to come to a women only march and then be given a chant sheet specifically for trans, and to feel like most of the people on that march are going to be chanting trans women are women. It's almost like the community is taking over women-owned spaces, and so I think we got to forget about reclaiming our spaces back. I think we've just got to make more spaces, and I think that's a little bit shit for the women and the feminists that originally made them spaces, and worked really hard to make them spaces, and instead of trying to help the trans community make their own spaces, they've brought the trans community in, and the women-only spaces are very different to what they were before. So I think I am going to stay at the march, but not for too long. I might. So this is Reclaim the Night. So they do it every year. Basically in 1970s, there were some murders of women, so in Leeds. So police told women they had to stay indoors because women were getting murdered. So women, I think it was 77, they said, no, we're going to reclaim the night, it's our streets, we're not the problem, the men are the problem, don't keep us locked up, keep them locked up. So it's originated from that, and then they've done it every year. Okay. So yeah, come and join us if you want. Alright, enjoy. So that was just someone asking what it's about. So we've got some speeches going on now.
When trans women are under attack, what do we do? Stand up, fight back. 2, 4, 6, 8. No more violence, no more rape.
Every year we march in protest of the persistence of violence against women and girls. And it's still such a huge issue, even though it's 2025. And this year it feels especially important for us to come together and to march. There is so much division and hate being created, and we want to march in solidarity together with all women. And we want to make a particular special mention to the women who feel especially fearful at the moment because of the rise of racism and transphobia. So please take responsibility for your own safety. We've got some fantastic stewards here. The stewards do have some leaflets to give out that explain why we're marching. We're very grateful to see that there are some male allies who've come along.
Male allies.
However, thank you. Big round of applause. However, tonight is a women's march. So please, as we start to march, let us walk on our own. We will be marching together, and we won't leave anybody behind, in sisterhood and solidarity.
What made you come to Reclaim the Night?
I
We saw it online and
Yeah.
we decided.
I think especially with everything that's happening, kind of nice to be together.
Hi. Can I ask you why you attending Reclaim the Night?
I didn't know. I was just walking and then I heard the drumming and I came down.
That's amazing. So are you staying and following the march?
No, I just walk up to there. Then I didn't know. Otherwise, I would fall with my brainers.
I'm so glad that you joined.
I know. Yeah. It is for women, obviously. And you know, women's rights and stuff. Yeah.
Why you are attending Reclaim the Night?
Because I'm very supportive of the Women's Centre.
Yeah.
And very supportive of any idea that enables women to stand up for themselves.
Yeah. Do you know what the history of Reclaim the Night is?
No.
So would you like me to tell you a little bit? So it came from around Leeds in the 1970s when there was a lot of murders of women. And women were told that they had to stay in. The police demanded a curfew on women. Then I think it was 1977, the women said like the curfew shouldn't be put on women, it should be put on the men.
Yeah.
Men with the problem. And so they started Reclaim the Night.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
yeah.
Right. And does it happen in lots of different cities?
Yeah. If you Google it, it'll show you. Probably there's quite a few. I know definitely in London. Probably quite a big one in London. But it's worth having a look. All right, thank you.
Thank you. It's no more.
March has been split. Look at that. I think we need to be waiting for the rest of the march so everyone's together, but students are clearly know what they're doing. This is a manual house in Nottingham. They help a lot of homeless people. I would like to think that women accessing homeless shelters have single-sex spaces, and trans-identified people knew a trans man, very young he was, who tried to get into a homeless hostel. He was put in a male-only space, and obviously that's quite dangerous for a biological young female. So I really hope that the new law that went through court talking about the importance of female and male-only spaces makes a difference to these people that need access to sex-only spaces and safe death. There's a car, look, right here. Where's the stewards? No stewards. The march is literally split into 3 different groups now. Where's the solidarity? That's amazing. Love it, look at that. This is what Reclaim the Night is about.
Reclaim the night in every town, in every nation. Women unite, reclaim the night. Make some noise, Nottingham!
Let's see how the mood changes down this side of the march. I'm loving the drumming. Yes. Dad said this is a women's centre side. It's all organised to be fair by women's centre. Equation do some amazing work. I don't know why there's more stewards down this end. While this end up here is left to defend themselves, and the fierce women up here, like fierce. I think I prefer this side. Walking past all the trans inclusion mat. Here they are, right at the end of the march.
Sisters, can you hear me? Sisters, can you hear me? Stronger by the hour. Stronger by the hour. Power.
because that's what they did.
What do we do? Stand up, fight back! When women's rights are under attack, what do we do? Stand up, fight back! When women's rights are under attack, what do we do? Stand up, fight back! When women's rights are under attack, what do we do? Stand up, fight back! What do we do? When do we want
They got trans women or women that will never be defeated. Women united 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 will never be defeated. Now, what do we want? Safe streets. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Safe streets. When do we want it? Now. Heading up towards Speaker's Corner now. Maybe we'll hear some speakers. See how many students we've got at the front of this march? What, yeah? Showcasing the safe space pledge. Concept coalition. Not sure what the umbrellas are about, maybe they were free.
To the women! Power to the women!